Hey, thanks for joining in to this fortnight's video blog. I trust you're doing well. To those of you in Victoria, I hope you're enjoying a bit more freedom, enjoying maybe the opportunity to get round a bit more and catch up with people you haven't seen in person for a while. It's been a pretty harrowing and grueling time for you, so I hope you're feeling a bit more hopeful in this time. And just a word of warning, if you hear loud noises in the midst of this, I'm recording this in the middle of a good old Queensland thunderstorm. There is thunder and lightning, there is hail and driving rain, so you'll know if you hear those noises what that is. Hey, the thought I want to share with you this fortnight is this, that as a leader, people are your greatest asset. As a leader, the people are the greatest asset. That might seem like a motherhood statement, it might seem obvious to you, but you know, the temptation as a leader is very often to see people, the people you lead, as simply a means to an end, or the people you lead as a way to get to a desired outcome, generally your desired outcome. And if that is the case for you as leader, it won't be long before the people you lead, staff, employees, whoever they might be, for those people to see, to feel and to think of themselves as simply fuel for somebody else's vision. And people are the most important entity because they're the only entity you can lead. You know, sometimes people say the greatest asset in an organisation is a vision. Well, you cannot lead a vision. You lead people to or towards a vision. Sometimes people say the greatest asset is a strategy, a great strategy. Well, again, you cannot lead a strategy. You only lead people in a strategy or with a strategy. Sometimes people say the greatest thing is our plans, the things we want to achieve. Well, again, you cannot lead plans. You lead people to execute plans, to get things done. Or the greatest asset we have is our tasks. They are, convicting tasks. Well, yes, but you cannot lead tasks. You lead people in the accomplishment of a task. Even if it's just you in a task, you still have to lead yourself in that task. People are the only entities you can lead. Those other things are great and important, but they're, if you like, inanimate objects. People are the ones you can lead towards them. So it's important. And it doesn't matter what kind of space you're working in, whether it's in the not-for-profit space, whether you're in the church space, whether you're in the business or marketplace space. The same thing is true, that people are the greatest asset that you have. And if that's true, if people are the greatest asset, it makes a difference in a number of areas in our leadership role and our leadership capacity. For example, when you're recruiting. When you're recruiting, it makes a difference to see people as your greatest asset. So the person across the table from you at an interview you're not just interviewing them to see if they can fill a role, to see if they can do a job, but you're actually asking yourself, am I willing to employ this person? And to trust them and to invest in them and to want to make him or her the best version of him or herself they can be? Am I prepared to help them become much more engaged and more fulfilled as a human being, as a person, not just to get a job done? It impacts recruitment. It impacts the area of personal and professional development. Am I invested enough in the people who I lead to want to get to know them more than just in a cursory way, in a shallow way? Am I invested enough in my mind to want to develop them to become the biggest versions of themselves they can become? Am I prepared to develop time, energy, budget towards resourcing and encouraging them in their role? Or am I just going to set them aside to get the job done, get it done, and get it done quickly? Am I prepared to really be involved in their development? Or do I just want them to have the impression, well, he's the boss, she's the boss, and I'm just working for them? Or I really want to invest in them because they're my greatest asset. The third area that I want to say it makes a difference in is maybe a strange area. It may sound a little counterintuitive, but if people are our greatest asset, it actually helps us release them better. People will not stay in your organisation forever. You will not be their leader forever. They will move on to new roles, new assignments, new ways to do that. And sometimes it can be frustrating because people in whom you have invested a lot, you have seen them as a great asset, you've resourced them, you've budgeted for them, you've given towards them, you've developed them, and then somehow they move on to another role, they transition out, and you can feel a bit miffed or even disappointed. But if you're convinced that people are your greatest asset, then what that time can do is help you celebrate the fact that they've been with you for a period of time. To celebrate the fact that you've had a role in the catalyst of their growth and their development and helping them become the best version of themselves. With that mindset change, it makes a difference. With my last role, I would regularly say to people, look, I don't know if you're going to be with us 6 months, 6 months, 6 weeks, 6 years, 16 years, whatever it might be. But if you leave here a bigger version of yourself, a bigger person than you are now, I'll be really happy. If you're more expansive, more generous, more gracious in your life, I'll be happy. And that can sound counterintuitive, but actually seeing people as the best, as your best asset and your greatest asset will actually help you in that process. People are your greatest asset. So the question for us always as leaders is, what are we doing to grow people? How are we allowing ourselves to build in budgets, to build in time, to build in energy, to help people become the best version of themselves? Is my mindset just about getting the job done, or is my mindset about developing and growing people, big people, to be the best they can be, the most expansive, the most generous, the most wise, the most gracious people they can be in life? Because people, as a leader, people are your greatest asset. As always, I hope that helps. If it does, let me know. Facebook, LinkedIn, and I'm committed to getting Instagram working for me this week. So maybe tune in there in a few days' time. Or the website, timhanna.com.au, and you can catch up on previous video blogs as well. So in the meantime, have hope, take care, stay well. We'll see you again in a fortnight.